everyone, how are you? Lately I've been, not lately, maybe the last 6 months, I've been really interested in getting like books, old books for journals, and the more I get these books, the more I find it hard to rip the pages out, but maybe one day I might bring myself to it. So I thought I'd do like a little book club. And I think I might call this maybe Vintage Book Club for Journals with Irene or something like that. I don't know. Well, maybe we'll just call it. Because some of the books here are from 1967, 1977. The newest is probably printed in 1989, so I don't know if I can really call it vintage. But yeah. Now this is the oldest, and I thought I'd start with this. And I bought this for $4.99 for Australian dollars at Savers. And then I thought to make it a bit exciting, maybe if you want to buy a pre-owned copy or whatever, I'll do a bit of research on the internet for you and see what I could come up with. So this one is from the Reader's Digest. It's called Complete Book. Complete Book of the Garden. And it's was printed in 1966, and on eBay I found it for the 1967 edition, it says, for $6 with $14 postage. And the 1966, which is this one, is $25.95, and that's including postage. Yeah, so if you really want it, just jump on eBay. Otherwise, maybe you can go to the op shops if you're lucky. Now, I'll just show you. Being from 1966, of course, you will see a bit of wear and tear. So this is the cover, and this is the book. Isn't it gorgeous? And that's the inside there. It's just a beautiful, beautiful book. And if you can bring yourself to rip these pages out, what I'm thinking of doing is scanning them. I've got a new printer. It's a Epson Expressions 2500, and Aristi Modzaki put me onto that because she makes amazing journals, and she said instead of buying one with cartridges, buy an ink tank, because it can print like 6,500 pages before you need to top up your ink, which is fantastic. So there it says 1966, and these are some of the gorgeous images that I thought would make fantastic pages for journals. If you can bring yourself to rip them out, it'll give it more authenticity. Or you can get parchment paper, or maybe even coffee dye the paper prior to printing it, because I find when you coffee dye it afterwards, the print just goes everywhere. So maybe coffee dye your pages I'm thinking, and then print them. But yeah, but look at that, isn't that gorgeous? Like, maybe if I find another book, I think that's another reason why I went through the prices. I wanted to make sure I didn't have like a expensive book on my hands before I shredded it. But I don't think I can disrespect the book like that. I'd like to know people's opinions on whether they do that. But yeah, as you can see, there's some coloured, some black and white, but wouldn't it just look fantastic? So many pages there. So that's that book, and it's just a beautiful book. And the back, I love, it's got the annotations with the little lines there for your journaling, if you wanted to scan that or rip that out. But it's even got little insects there, and see, it's even got all those there. So yeah, that's the first book. I'm just going to see if I can get more lighting. I don't know if that's worse. I think it's creating more shadow. Let me just... no, God. I think I might put that down because it's just too bright. Okay. So that's the first one. And what I might do is I might even list the titles of these books in my description. So you can either Google them or go on eBay. I'm in Australia, so yeah. So the next one is the Australian Woman's Weekly, 100 Delicious Biscuits and Slices. And I picked this up from Savers for $1.99, $2 the other day, and this was printed in 1972, and it's in fantastic condition for a 1972 books. And you know, in journals, how you see ladies that have got the really lovely old printed images of recipes. The writing, I really think that would look really amazing in there. Like I said, I don't know if I can bring myself to rip them, but at the same time I wouldn't mind actually making some of these. I think there's nothing better than using a 50-year-old recipe, you know, because the recipes in this day and age have got so many ingredients, whereas back then it was just a lot simpler. Yeah, so if you can bring yourself to... God, it's in very good condition for 1972. And I even did... I did look this up, and it's going for $12 on eBay with free postage. Like I said, I got it for $1.99, $2, and this is by Alan Sinclair, food editor. Yeah, so that's the other one. The next one, and these are my favourites. I saw a lady making journals with pages out of these, and oh my God, they were original. I don't know how she brought herself to do that. Okay, The Nature Notes of an Edwardian Lady by Edith Holden, which is this one. And there's all different editions, and depending on which edition you go. Edith Holden, she first... I'll quickly... That's her here, and she lived in the 19th century, 1800s, late. And she printed... original first publication was from 1871 to 1920, and it... when she first started doing her writings, or her first publication, I'm not sure exactly, but anyway, her descendants or family found her book. She was like a poet, an author. She used to like writing about the fauna in her local English countryside and things like that, and little water paintings on the flower she would do. And they were discovered in 1977, and that was the first publication. And I'm lucky enough to have the 1977 publication, which is worth a little bit more than the ones. So this one that I'm talking about now, it was originally first published in 1989. The latest ones I'm talking about. And it went out of print in 2010, on the 4th of February 2010. So I got the 1989 edition, and these are worth about anywhere from 10 to 20. I haven't seen people try to sell them for 100 to 200, and that's ridiculous because they're not even the original. Like, the originals would be worth a lot more, of course. So anyway, so Beautiful, beautiful book. So this is the cover here. So this is the 89 edition. Isn't it gorgeous? The Nature Notes of an Edwardian Lady. So it's January, and there it talks about her experiences in January. And I'm pretty sure these are she'd done these in watercolour. Wow. Ivy and moss gathered in January. There we go. And so, welcome wild northeaster. Shame it is to see, odors to every zephyr, near averse to thee. Okay. I'm no poet, and I know it, so don't worry. I won't continue reading. Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, you will see how gorgeous these would be in journals. Really pretty. It was so pretty. And it was so tragic the way she died. She never had children. And she died in her 40s when she was trying to get a little flower out of a river. And she drowned. It's so sad. But one can say at least she died doing what she loved. So sad. You can fast forward this part, but if you want a bit of history on it, on here I'll read this to you. Edith Holden was born in Moseley in the parish of Kings Norton, Worcester. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing it to the English ladies who are watching. In 1871, one of 7 children of the Midlands paint manufacturer. The family lived in Warwickshire in the village of Knoll, and it was there that she started to write and illustrate this book. She moved later in 1905 to the small village of Alton, where she wrote Nature Notes 1906, published as The Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady. After attending art school, she worked as an illustrator with her drawings, often of animals, being published in several books. In 1911, she met and married Ernest Smith, a sculptor. They lived in Chelsea and had no children. On the 16th of March 1920, in her 49th year, Edith died tragically by drowning in the Thames at Kew while gathering buds from her chestnut trees. So sad. The Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady was first published in 1977 and immediately became a worldwide bestseller. It has reprinted over 30 times and has sold almost 3 million copies in 13 different languages. The phenomenal success of the book led to a 12-part television series. Edith Holden's paintings have been the inspiration for the Country Diary collection, a coordinated range of merchandise sold all over the world. Wow. Wow. Okay. So that's that one. The Nature Notes of an Edwardian Lady. And then I've got the Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady. And this one is the 1977 one. I just quickly want to say, with the one I just showed you, the Nature Notes of the Edwardian Lady, my research on that was on the cover on this. Here it's got £15.95, and then at the top it's got Canada $27.95. And also my research showed that, I got it from Savers for $2.99 or $3.99. I would have paid for it, I believe. And that publication is 1989 and it went out of print 2010. On eBay you can get it for $9.30, and that's free postage from UK. So geez, I don't know if they stuffed up there, but anyway, from the US it's $16.95 and it's $19.99 postage. So geez, that you're better off getting, yeah, just go on eBay and type that in, and if you can get it for $9.30 Australian, and I think it's free worldwide shipping. That's fantastic. Okay, so the next one is The Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady. And this one is June 1977. And it goes through to 1980. I'm a bit confused about this. So it was printed from 1977, and it stopped printing this edition in 1997. And on eBay, I found this for $35 with free postage from New South Wales in Australia. Also on eBay, I found it from Victoria for $25 plus $14.50 postage. So yeah, this edition is worth a little bit more. In English pounds, $8.50 it says there. And I'll show you how it looks like. This one looks like this, the cover. The inside's like this. And over here, I'll just read this to you. The first one says June 1977. Then it's got second impression September 1977, third impression September 1977, and then a few more months, and then it goes sixth impression February 1978, and then it's got a few more months. It goes August, September, November, then it starts 1979, 11th impression January. I don't know what all that means, but anyway, it goes down to 15th impression October 1980. Copyright Webb and Bauer Limited, 1977. So this is the June 1977 edition, but in between that, it does have October 1980. Yeah, printed and bound in Italy. It's a very good quality. So this is The Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady. So there's, it's got your January. Little bird. Named from the Roman god Janus, who is represented with two faces looking in opposite directions as retrospective to the past and prospective to the coming year. January the 1st, New Year's Day. January the 6th, 12th day, Epiphany. Yeah, so that's just some of her writings there, And then she goes on there with January. Lovely illustrations. It's just a beautiful book. Now she's going into February. It's May. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. There's no way this is coming apart. So there's that. And okay, next one is Decoupage. I couldn't find the year on this, but it's such a beautiful book. I paid $2.99 from Savers. Decoupage Made Easy by the Book Company. And I found this as a pickup on eBay, which to the American ladies, pickup meaning they don't deliver, but you can pick it up from their address. And such a beautiful book, and it's in very good condition. Decoupage by Maria T. Duke. So it's got your introduction, the history of decoupage. Decoupage was once called the poor man's art, or l'arte del uomo povero, by the Italians. This was because people who could not afford to have an artist paint furniture for them could get the same stunning effect with decoupage. Okay, I won't keep boring you. And then it went to France and became very popular. But judging from this, I'd say this was made in the early 80s. See what they use for their decoupage, and I'm sure a lot of us use very similar things like that currently, don't we? We do. Yeah. Anyway, I will take you through to the back where it's got all the beautiful, yes, like the little cutouts. I'm trying to find for you. And what I love about this is the other page is blank, so you can cut them out. Now this will be scanned. I will definitely will not use. See, that's all that. So I'll show you the images here, and you can play around with it. Once you scan it, you can enlarge it, or let me turn the camera around so I can. I'll just hold on to my little camera there. There we go. See that? Isn't that cool? It's got that. And these. Oh, there's the little view from my window. Oh, it's too bright to see. I don't know if you can see. There we go. Yeah. And pretty little images.